Joining us now is Boston Mayor Marty Walsh. Mayor, I know you've been very busy. Thank you for taking some time out to speak with us.
Thanks for having me.
Let's jump right in. Governor Charlie Baker today ordered all non-essential businesses across the state to shut down effective at noon tomorrow. What's your reaction to that?
I mean, I think that, I support the governor in this. It's really important that we do as much closing businesses down and keeping people apart by practicing social physical distancing as possible. And I think by having people working in town or any business in the Commonwealth and having gatherings, over 10 people or even over 3 people is too much. So we're at the point now, I think, where we have to just continue to practice keeping each other apart and staying in the home as much as possible.
How do you enforce it? Are police going to go business to business? Is it inspectional services? How does this get done?
No, we're asking people to respect what the governor proposed today, and we're asking people what I propose to respect it. Today in Boston, I'm not going to name, but we had a construction site up and running that was told to shut down. This is irresponsible, and it's about keeping people alive and keeping people safe. And we're going to ask people to make sure that they practice social distancing.
This is going to obviously, I don't need to tell you, devastate small businesses in this city. It'll devastate their workers as well. I want to get in a viewer question about that. Kevin Scott on Twitter asks, what do you say to local businesses who've now been forced to shut their doors?
I mean, it's really difficult, and it's not just small local businesses, it's across the board. I think our small businesses lost 75% of their revenue last week alone, and this for the foreseeable future is going to go on. If you're a Boston-based company, we're asking you to reach out to our Office of Economic Development, and we're going to work with you to see what's available. I know that there's some stimulus packages coming down from Washington, and they'll continue to come down, and there's some from the State House, and we just got to collectively work together to try and help these businesses get back on their feet.
Have you considered a full shutdown in Boston?
No, we're working with the governor came down with today, and we're going to be working on that to enforce that. And certainly we're looking at plans, and I've kept the door open that the possibility of having a full shutdown is the potential. The real potential is there. And again, it's what does that mean? That means that even when you shut down the city completely, and there's different models around the country, it's still up to people to be responsible. And for the most part, everyone's been great, and people have been keeping the social distancing and doing that. But we have to continue to do that, and this is going to have to go on for a couple of weeks. This is not something that's going to last 4 or 5 days. This is a couple of weeks, so we can try and change the curve of these numbers.
It's interesting you say that, because today there's some reporting that President Trump is signaling he might abandon some of the guidelines at the federal level at the end of the 15-day period that was set by the federal government. Some of his advisors are reportedly warning him that the economic consequences are too great, and he might leave those guidelines behind. What's your reaction to that?
It's a mistake. We don't know on a daily basis. We have to see exactly what's going on. This is a day-by-day situation, and to make a statement like that is just not right now. In 15 days, I don't think we'll be in a stronger position, not from what all the experts are telling us. And I think ultimately we want to get to that point, but I think by making those false promises, what happens is people think that, oh, it's okay, and they can go back out, when in fact we don't even know what the impacts of coming back out are at that particular moment. So I think the president should stick to day by day. I think the vice president should stick to day by day, and we should all stick to day by day, and that's honestly what we need to do right now.
I want to get to another viewer question. Jess Didi asks on Twitter, how many N95 masks do Boston City hospitals have at this point, and is there going to be a shortage soon?
Yeah, they don't have enough to answer, quite honestly. I don't have the exact number of it, but that's certainly something that we're looking at and working with the hospitals and through different providers to try and get as much equipment, not just the Boston hospitals, but this is a nationwide problem, and getting these supplies here because the medical staff, the EMTs, and a lot of folks use them, and we need to get more and more of them. So I don't think that there's certainly enough. I know that some hospitals have them now, and they have some have a bit of a stockpile, some don't have any, meaning that they can last a few weeks here with them. But we need more medical equipment here as soon as possible, just because, again, we don't know how long this is going to last for. This situation, it could go on for a month or two, and if that's the case, we're going to need a lot more medical supplies.
You have shut down Boston schools until April 27th. You said at the time you might open them sooner than that if the crisis were to abate. Do you have any reason at this point to believe it's going to be sooner than April 27th?
No, I don't think it'll be soon, April 27th. As a matter of fact, I think it'll be longer than April 27th. But again, we're doing this a day at a time. And for folks that are watching tonight, you know, we can do a lot. When people say, what can we do about this? We can, you know, wash your hands often with soap and water, use hand sanitizer, you know, kind of do this social distancing, this physical distancing. If you have elderly people that you're caretaking of, you know, if you bring them food, leave it in the front of the house. Be very careful.
Should parents plan at this point that their kids might never go back to school this year?
I mean, I think it's a little too early for that, but I think that conversation will probably be beginning in the next couple of weeks here. I think that the Department of Education, along with cities and towns, are going to have some real serious conversations in a few weeks here to see how we do this.
And I know the city purchased some 20,000 Chromebooks for online learning for kids who are not at physical school at this point. Where does the process stand of getting those Chromebooks to kids?
As of yesterday, we had delivered 15,000 Chromebooks, whether it's been picked up by parents at our lunch sites or delivery. I don't have the numbers for today, but the intention was to get to every kid that was going to get a Chromebook in the next couple of days, have it in their hands so they can begin the online learning. Some kids already have begun the online learning, and some families, teachers have put together packets so kids can learn at home, the little ones, and we're working on that on a system. So I would say probably within the next couple of days, all the kids should have those Chromebooks.
Well, Boston Mayor Marty Walsh, we know you've been very busy. Good luck to you as you confront this crisis, and thank you for taking some time to speak with us.
Thanks, Liam. I just want to thank everyone for being patient, the viewers here tonight. You know, we're going to get through this. We're strong people. We're Boston strong, Massachusetts strong. We're going to get through this, so thank you for everything you can do to help us.
Well said, Mayor. Thank you.